morning, everyone. My name is Juan Avila. I'm one of the Eville Jones director. And this morning with me, we got Haluk Anil. He's our Turkish Veterinarian representative. Also, Elisa Jankowska, and she's the head of recruitment. So I'm so excited about this presentation, as it's our first webinar to Turkish Vets. And I want to explain to you how is that going to work. We got this impressive presentation that you should see on your screen at the same time as the three of us. I'm going to go through the presentation where it's divided into 4 different parts. The first part is going to be talking about our company, Eville Jones, and explain what we do and which role do we play in the UK veterinarian profession. The second part, we're going to explain a bit more about the Turkish vets working in the UK. It is so exciting to know that for the first time, Turkish vets are able to work in the UK as in any field. So we're going to explain a bit more about how does it work. On the third part, we're going to talk about the employment possibilities, what Eville Jones offers you. And in the fourth part, I'm going to pass it to my Elisa, and she's going to talk about the advantage of working with us and what do you have to do to work with us. Okay, this presentation is going to be recorded, so it's can be sent to you later on. And also, you don't have to go mad and trying to take notes of everything we say, because we will send you an information pack with all the details I'm going to explain to you in this presentation. Okay, but at the same time, during the presentation, if you have any questions about what we are presenting, talking, or discussing, you got 2 ways to take a question. One is to put it and share it on the chat that you have in the webinar, or you just take notes of your question, and at the end we will give opportunity to ask questions. Okay. At the same time, we've got Sarah, and she will be passing me the slides of the presentation. Okay, Sarah, so I think we are ready. I don't know if at this moment, hello, Elisa, you want to mention anything?
No, hello. Just
okay, Elisa, you were breaking. Just say that again, Elisa.
Hello, I was just saying hi.
Okay, hi from Elisa. I guess then Haluk, you want to say good morning in Turkish? I think I learned how to say, just 1 second. I got it here. So it's Merhaba, is that right?
Yes, that's hello here.
Yeah. Merhaba, günaydın.
Günaydın, yes, günaydın. Well done.
Okay, that's as far as I go with my talk. Okay, right. So let's go ahead. Let's start, Sarah. So the first part, as I say, we're going to talk about the company, Eville Jones. Okay, we're the largest private provider of veterinary services in the UK. Most of our veterinarian works in official controls in the meat industry. Okay, I think this is very important to explain, because it is different, the system that we got here than in other countries. So go ahead, Sarah. So we have the Food Standard Agency, that is the British government, and through the Food Standard Agency, subcontract companies to perform veterinary inspection. What does it mean? Obviously, any meat that is produced in any country need to have what we call official controls. So that is inspection from government personnel that will make sure that that meat is fit for human consumption. And this inspection is normally done by official veterinarians. Okay, so the difference is that in most of the countries, these official veterinarians that do these inspections in the slaughterhouses, they work for the government. The difference in the United Kingdom is that those veterinarians work through a private company. In this case will be Eville Jones, but we represent the government. We represent the Food Standard Agency. Okay, so that's the main difference. We have a contract with the Food Standard Agency to provide official controls in the slaughterhouse. This contract is lasts for 5 years, and at the end of the 5 years, you have to enter in a tender process, and if you win the contract again, you have it for the next 5 years. We employ the veterinarians. The government pay us, we pay the veterinarians. But the veterinarians, when they go and work in the slaughterhouse, they are representing the government, the Food Standard Agency, so they are official, okay? So that is the difference. Most of the countries, they are civil servants working directly for the government. In the UK, they work for the government through a private company, us, okay? So Eville Jones provides inspection in all the slaughterhouses in England and Wales and Northern Ireland. Just to give you a bit more information about the size of the company, this is the main office. We are located in the north of England, in Leeds, is where I am at the moment doing this webinar. And we employ more than 700 qualified, I think it's around 800 professionals. Look at it, as you can notice my accent, I mean, I'm British, but originally I'm from Spain. So we got up to 25 different nationalities in the company. We have a lot of people from the south of Europe, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Eastern Europe as well, Romania, Bulgaria, Poland, Slovakia, etc. So it's a big mixture of different nationalities. All of them are specialized in public health, okay? Around those 700, 800 professionals with 450 veterinarians plus the 200 meat inspector or official auxiliaries. We will explain later on what is this role of a meat hygiene inspector. Next one, please. So, as I say, now that we know about the company, let's go and concentrate why now Turkish Vets now are welcome to work in the UK. It's actually something interesting because even then the Brexit that was something that not very good for us. Next one, Sarah. It actually worked quite well for other nationalities. So basically, before Brexit, we have the situation where any veterinarian that was qualified in a country belonging to the European Union were able to register in the College of Veterinarians in the UK. So that is the reason that a lot of colleagues and myself, we came here to UK to work because we were allowed. Sarah, next one, please. So now with the Brexit, the situation has been decided in a different way. Now there are no difference if our vets come from Spain, Italy, or from Turkey. I mean, this is regarding the entrance to the country. But regarding the qualifications, that's how it has changed. So is the Turkish veterinary recognized in the UK? Yes. I mean, actually, I don't think it's right to say that it's because of Brexit. The situation is basically before they were imposed to accept degrees, and as I just said, now the college decided. And how are they deciding to accept degrees? And you got the answer here. Look at that logo in the middle, the EAEVE, European Association of Establishments for Veterinarian Education. Okay, what is this? This is an accreditation body of quality. This organization has been operating for the last 15 years approximately. And before, it was a voluntary scheme that the vets schools were taking it voluntarily. So basically, a vet school like mine, where I am originally from, in the south of Spain, Cordoba, 10, 15 years ago, voluntarily decided to take this accreditation. So they passed this accreditation and been maintaining since then. So what happened is now the Royal College is saying that they will accept vets from vet school that has passed accreditation. And the good news is some of your vet school in Turkey decided years ago to take this accreditation, and now it is valid. So we got here a summary of the vet schools that will be accepted by the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons in the UK. So for instance, Ankara, it was accredited between 2007 and 2016. So anyone that was qualified during that year will be able to register, and also lost accreditation for a period, and they got it again in 2018. So anyone since 2018 until the future, you can see that it's accredited until 2025, will be able to register. ID the same. Anyone that was accredited between 2018 and October 2021 will be accredited. The problem with ID is they now lost accreditation. So anyone that will be registered now will not be able. However, hopefully ID will regain the accreditation in the future, and when it's regained, they will be able to register. Okay, the same for Istanbul. You see, anyone since 2016 can accredit, can join. Bursa will be anyone between 2010 and June last year, 2020. Again, they lost accreditation now. And Konya, exactly the same, between 2013 and December 2019. Okay, so this is very important. It's important that you check when did you register, and you see, and in which, and you will see if your university is on this list. So then you will be able to register with the Royal College. Okay, next one. For registration in the Royal College, what you need is your veterinary degree from those universities, use passport, a letter of good standing from either a university or from the chamber or college where you are registered as a vet in Turkey. Those letters can come from any of those two bodies. Okay. Now this is the important one. This is something I have changed. The English level. Okay, just go back 1 second, Sarah. So basically, the English level, we will explain this more in detail, but that's something that they have introduced is new. The difference is before they were it was not necessary any English certificates, but since the 1st of January they have imposed this level 7. It is a specific accreditation, but we will explain later. Okay, so this is what you need for the Royal College. Okay, we will be talking later on about the work as an official veterinarian, and something I just mentioned already is the meat hygiene inspector. To work as a meat hygiene inspector, to be honest, you can work from, you can have your degree from any vet school in Turkey. Doesn't really matter on that list, but this is only to work as a meat hygiene inspector. Okay, because basically this UK accreditation system will allow you to work as a meat inspector. Okay, so basically if you are not from any of the vet schools that we mentioned before, you will not be able to work as an official veterinarian, but you will be able to work as a meat hygiene inspector. Okay, so bear that in mind as well. You can also apply to work. We will explain later on the difference between official veterinarian and meat hygiene inspector. Okay, next one, please. Now, this is the tricky one. English requirement. You have to bear in mind these 2 points here. You will need an English exam to get your visa. We will explain that a bit later. And you will need, you can use the same English exam to enter the Royal College of Veterinarian. Okay, so what they request is a test from the International English Language Testing System, IELTS. And the level required is a 7. I have to say that 7 is actually quite high. It's a bit difficult. This English exam can only be taken in approved centers. Here underneath you have the cities where you can take this English exam. We will give you further information in the information pack when we candidates pack when we send it to you. But just to have an idea, it's an English test. You have to do in a specific center. Normally it's British Council. There is also another equivalent test called occupational health. We will also give you information, but it is important to know that 7 is a quite high level. We will help you to prepare for this exam because we got an online training course to prepare for this exam, because it's not just a question of speaking good English or writing a good English. It's a question of preparing yourself for this exam. So we got a very good training course online, and those of you that will pass interview, we will facilitate you to prepare yourself. And something else you should know about this exam: it's not an exam that you go for middle, higher level. No, you only have one exam for everyone, even if you aim for a low level, medium level, high level. But you take the exam and then you will see in which level you are. And you will need to get a 7 to go to Royal College. This is also the exam that is requested to get a visa, okay? But with the difference is that to get a visa to work as a meat hygiene inspector, and I say we will explain that later, you only need a 4, a level 4 on the exam, so it's much lower, okay? But with that level 4, you will be able to get a visa, but you will not be able to work as an official veterinarian. You could work as a meat hygiene inspector. What I can mention at this moment, before even we go and explain the difference between a meat hygiene inspector and official veterinarian, that in the worst of the cases, you can come with us if and start working as a meat hygiene inspector if your English level is not good, or if you haven't reached the 7. And then while you are working as a meat inspector, you can improve your English and take again the exam and reach the level 7. Okay, you can have as many attempts as you want. There is no limit on that. Okay, but that's another way. So basically it will be, if your English is very good and you manage to get a level 7, you will straight away guarantee a job as an official veterinarian. But if you don't get it and you only get a 4, we can also offer you a job as a meat inspector. Okay, let's move on, because those things we will repeat it later when we are discussing other things. So now, what I was telling before, now there is no difference if we come from any EU country than if we come from outside the EU. So you guys has got exactly the same procedure to enter the UK, and Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Polish, or whatever. So basically we need to apply for a visa, but that's easy, because for the visa you need to have a passport. That's easy. The visa lasts 3 years. Letter of employment, and I will give it to you, obviously, because you will pass the interview. I will give you letter of employment and the level 7. Okay. The only difference is if you come to work as a meat inspector. The only difference, that's different. You cannot be older than 27 years old. You have to be younger than 26, because the visa is for up to 26 years old people. Okay, this is important. If you come to work as a meat inspector, you come to work as a veterinarian and you got your level 7, doesn't matter your age. Okay, this is very important. No age limit if you get level 7 in English. But if you get your level 4 and you come to work as a meat inspector, you can only be 26 or under. Okay, and we will help you to the process. The visa takes approximately 3 weeks to get it, but you need your English certificate. So the first thing to process the visa is your English certificate. Once we got it in hand, it will take 3 weeks for you to come here. Okay, next one, please. You also need a driving license. Your Turkish driving license is valid. The only thing is that during the first year you will have to take the British one, but that's no problem, and we will facilitate those things. Next one, please. Okay, we're going to talk now about the job itself, and this is what actually we are offering you inside Eville Jones. So we already been mentioning about meat hygiene inspector and official veterinarian. Let's start about the meat hygiene inspector. Okay, What is a meat hygiene inspector? We call it a meat hygiene inspector in the European Union official auxiliary. This is a person that, to be honest, to become a meat hygiene inspector, you only need to do a 5 months course where you have 400 practical hours and 100 theoretical hours. But this is for someone from the street. You, as a veterinarian, you already qualify as a meat hygiene inspector. We only give you a theoretical training course online for you to refresh the knowledge. Okay, and what would you need is the passport, the veterinary diploma, the driving license, and the English 4 level. Okay, we already mentioned this. This is the only thing you need as a meat hygiene inspector. What does a meat hygiene inspector do? So basically, they do the post-mortem inspection of carcass in the slaughterhouse, of carcass and viscera of bovines, ovines, or porcines. I think it's important that I mention here that these are 3 species that we work here. This is something that you need to understand, and as a veterinarians, and I don't know if that might be a problem with your religious status, then it might be a case and you work in a slaughterhouse with pigs. Okay, this is important because we cannot limit the people to which plants they work. Okay, so this is very important. But basically, you are performing a post-mortem inspection. You are trying to identify parasites, pathologies, very important thing, you need to identify to see if there is any contamination in the carcass. Okay, so this is the main job of a meat hygiene inspector. And also you will be assisting the official veterinarians with antemortem inspection and hygiene controls in the plant. Okay, animal welfare and things like that. So this is, you can see in the picture, there's a good example of a meat hygiene inspector performing a post-mortem inspection in a pig carcass. Okay, so basically you're checking the lymph nodes if they are infarcted, if they are large. You try to detect any parasites, especially in liver, lungs, and things like that. Okay, so next one. So basically, to work as a meat hygiene inspector, just to give you an idea about salary, remember that we're going to send you this information in the information pack. We guarantee you 37 hours, 11 pounds an hour. However, average working week is 40 hours. So I give you an example of how much is this. This is pounds, okay? So this is around 22,880 pounds gross salary. Then approximately is a net salary of 1,600 pounds per month. Okay, this gives you an idea, but also you can do extra hours if the plan is busy. So any extra hour, you need to add it 11 pounds gross per year, and you can have an idea how much you get as a meat inspector. This salary is increased every year. Okay, it's increased to 11.50 and 12. So after 2 years, 3 years, you can be in 12 pounds an hour. Again, we will send you this information on the information pack. Next one, please. Official veterinarian. Okay, to become an official veterinarian in UK, you have to do a training course in the University of Bristol. It's a theoretical training course. This lasts exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks, including the weekend. Nowadays, as you can imagine, this course is done through online. It's done online, streaming. Okay, it's done streaming online, and it's approximately every 2 months we have one of those courses. So even if you get your English 7 certificate and you pass the interview and you are waiting for your visa, you can even take this course while you are in Turkey before coming here, because it's organized every 2 months. So we will put it in such a way that you take the course while you are in your country. Okay, so this is what we call it a refreshing course for you to be able to work as an official veterinarian. And then what do you require? It's not just what we say, registration in RCVS, the good standard letter, and your English level 7. Okay. Now, important. What are the duties of the official veterinarian. So next one. Here is completely different. You have to bear in mind that we normally have one official veterinarian per slaughterhouse. One in the big ones, we got some big slaughterhouses that killing 4,000 or 5,000 pigs a day. We got 2 official veterinarian, but that is the maximum. 80% of the slaughterhouse, they got 1. And they got the number of meat inspectors will vary from 1 to 6, 7, 8, depending on the number of animals processed and the speed of the line. Okay, so when you are an official veterinarian, you're in charge of everything, and your duties change from the first one that you have to perform an ante-mortem inspection of the live animals that arrive into the plant. You can see the picture underneath how that official veterinarian in green is inspecting those pigs that they're in the carriage waiting to be slaughtered. Okay, and when you're inspecting the pigs alive, you also inspect it and check for animal welfare. Animal welfare is a very important duty as official veterinarian. You also need to be very good informed about the hygiene conditions of the plant, what we call the HACCP system. The HACCP system needs to be implemented, and you as an official veterinarian need to check them to make sure that they are working and to make sure that they are recording every single thing. Hygiene is extremely important. There are more cases of public health issues with food intoxication with E. coli, salmonella, any other problems that you may find, parasites and things like that. So hygiene conditions in the plant are very important. The same for animal products, and also you will be supervising the meat hygiene inspector. So this is a of the duties you have on official veterinarian. Much higher, much important, only one per plant. Okay, salaries is a starting salary of 28,000, but it's increased after 1 year. And when you pass your period, your provision period, and call it NOV, Novitian Official Veterinarian, you have another 1,000. So in less than 2 years, you are on 30,000 pounds per year. And that is a net salary approximately on 1,900 pounds per year. I'm not sure if that is the 28 or the 30,000. Okay, net per year. But as I say, don't worry, we will inform you about all this information in the candidate packs. Okay, next one, please. Okay, I think I'm gonna pass it now to Elisa, and then she will explain you what is the procedure with us and why it's much easier. As I say, please take notes of any questions, and you can ask at the end. We will open the microphone for you to ask. You can put in chat. Okay.
Hi,
Lisa?
everyone. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So I am Elisa, and I am head of recruitment. And as Juan mentioned before, we do recruit veterinarians from EU for the last 27 years. So we've got a lot of experience in what we do. And we are quite excited also as well to have this opportunity to maybe start to work with some of you and explore the new market. So yes, how can we help you to work with us? So basically, we take care of everything. We would take you through the recruitment process and selection. We will assess your English to give you guidance to which level we think you can prepare yourself to take the exam. We will organize interview with one of our recruiters and another interview with vet in case you wish to ask any more technical questions. So we help we speak a lot to our candidates during the recruitment process. Sarah, can you please change the slides? Thank you. So basically, advantages of working with us. We take care of all the aspects of you joining the new company and the new country. So basically, we would organize, as I mentioned, all the pre-arrival to the UK arrangements like accommodation, Royal College registration. We also help to check all the documents, making sure that you can go through all the processes smoothly. We've got a big team in the field, which is very supportive of our newcomers, and that is always very important for everyone who is new and joining us. And as we mentioned, we are a very international team, so it helps to find new friends and new colleagues. Yes, Sarah, can we change the slide, please? So as I mentioned, we would help you with all the paperwork. Let's say we would check the documents which you need for registration with Royal College. We've got one person working and helping all our candidates to register. We've got very good relationship with Royal College, so we can help to get the appointment, to make sure that it can go smoothly. We would provide, if needed, a translation of the documents. We can support you all the way through to register. We, as a company, we take care of the whole visa process. So we would advise on the English level, English test you need to take, what documents need to be prepared. Again, there's another person in human resources who is dealing specifically with that process, contacting candidates, chasing, let's say, and helping you to get the relevant documents. So in terms of visas, paperwork and cost of visas is covered by the company, and we work very closely with you during the whole process to make sure that everything is done as smooth as possible. As Juan mentioned before, you need to drive to be able to work with us, and of course in the UK we drive on different side of the road, so we would organize a driving tuition with British instructor to help you to adjust to drive in the UK before you are asked to drive on your own. Something just to give you like safe peace of mind to feel safer whenever you need to start to drive on your own. As I mentioned, accommodation is provided. So when you landed, I don't know, in Leeds or any other airport in UK, we would provide directions how to get to our office and accommodation details, and then we would invite you to induction day when you can meet key members of the office and get all the inside information, very detailed information about how to how your salary will be paid, how to do expenses, what is your training program, and so on. So part of the induction happens online, which you can still do while you are in Turkey, and part of it is done face-to-face at our office. So we've got induction courses weekly, now maybe a little bit less because of the COVID restrictions, and but yes, we are always very excited to meet our new workers and spend some time with them at our office. So how to apply is very simple process. On our Eville Jones website, you can first of all, on our website you can have a look. There is a bit more information as well, but the easier way is to send your CV in English to our recruitment@Eville Jones email address, which you can see here now. And then we will take from there. We would scan the CV. We will contact the candidate. We'll contact you by phone and organize interview. Interview always takes place online. Of course, because of the distance, but even now, candidates from the UK, all interview process is done online because of the COVID as well. So we would take you through the interview, give you a feedback on interview, and accordingly to the feedback, we will take your recruitment process either to official veterinarian or mid-height inspector's role. So yes, as Juan mentioned, it's important to add that we are working on long-term basis and plans. So even maybe if your level of English is not at the level 7 now, we would help you to reach that level by guiding and supporting you with the English course, which we created especially for the purposes of helping our applicants to prepare to take the exam. So that's all from me. I am just if there are any questions, we will be very happy to answer the question.
Thanks, Lisa. I think the best way for the questions, I can see here that someone has raised the hand. So let's see if it works. If I am mute, this is a mute. Let's see. Sarah, can you just check for the people and with the hands raised and unmute them to be able to ask questions, please? I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, that's excellent. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, it's Umut. I have a question about universities abroad. I have been graduated at Selçuk University in 2020, and the last date of approval of Selçuk University is December 2009. So half term, I got education without IAV qualification. Can I apply as a official veterinarian, or I can't? Do you have any idea about it? Because my education 4.5 years with EAA and half term is without EAA.
That's actually a good question. I think what you should do is you write directly to the Royal College of Veterinarian and you ask that question, and they will be able to answer. We will pass you the RCVS email, but I mean, actually, if you type RCVS Royal College of Veterinary Surgeon on a Google search and you get the web page of the RCVS, there will be an email for inquiring, because your situation is quite interesting. I'm not sure what would it be. So ask them. They are normally quite quick answering, and they can give you the answer. Okay. Maybe you are lucky and they will accept you. But yes, this is a bit annoying, this situation. Sorry.
And also, this part is like without IAV part. I was in Italy with an IAV university in University of Perugia. I was abroad that part, so I educated full IAV, but half of term in Turkey without IAV. So it's a bit confusing, but I will ask directly to Royal College of Veterinary. Thanks for your answering.
No problem. Good luck, and let us know if
okay,
you are able. Yeah, we will be able to do the interview as soon as you find out to us. Okay, who else? So are you checking who has got the hands raised? Can check with that. And also we can write in the chat if you want. So it's up to you. You can ask question raising your hand. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I would like to ask you that I'm an agriculture engineer and I would like to work in your company. Do you have any place for me?
Oh, I'm afraid we don't. It's only for veterinarian. I'm sorry about this because the only thing is official veterinarian and meat hygiene inspector, agriculture engineers cannot qualify as such. So I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you all.
You should check in the College of Agriculture Engineers in UK. They might have possibilities, and you might be able to register with them.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I think Tila here. Sarah, are you opening microphone to anyone who wants to ask?
Yes, I'm opening my microphone.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm an intern veterinary from now in the Ankara University, and I saw your posters and I came here, and I want to work, but also I want to do a PhD in the pathology, and I want to ask that is it possible to do both in the UK? Like while I'm working, is it possible for me to do a PhD?
I suppose so, yes. We might, obviously we won't be able to facilitate you the PhD. That's something else that you need to find by yourself. But I think, I'm not sure how does it work, the visa. I don't know if you can get a part-time visa or not. But I mean, if we are able to give you a part-time visa, and as I say, I don't know if that is the case, we wouldn't have a problem. But if the visa requires full-time, you have to work as a full-time, and then if on top of that you have time to do your PhD, yeah, sure. That's
No.
that's no
Can I
problem.
just ask, would that PhD be at in Turkey, in Turkish University? Yes.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Would it, where would you be studying the PhD, in Turkish, or in the you would like to do it here
I
In
want
the-
to do in the UK.
in the UK? Okay, because we, for example, got Italian vets who do the PhD and work with us, but they do the PhD in Italy, and they tell us the days and times in advance when they need time off for the for study, and we can facilitate that. So we do this for Italian. Some of Italian employees, they go back to Italy to study, but it's not very, I think it's like once per every 2 months or something like this, they need to be in Italy. It's happening online now anyway, but yes. So we do this for some of our employees at the moment. We work with them in advance and organize the timetable, so this can be accommodated.
Okay, thank you.
Haluk?
Just 1 second.
Yeah, can I just contribute to that discussion, just to help the candidate really? You just need to remember that you have a contract to work for Eville Jones while you're over here, so that's your priority. But of course, there's nothing to stop you for applying for a PhD place at a university and probably do it part-time. But one thing you need to remember, it's the university fees. The fees are very, very high unless you find a scholarship, yeah? Because up to now, before Brexit, the students from the EU countries only paid the home student fees, which was more reasonable. But outside the EU, the fees are very, very high. You know, I thought I'd just raise that, you know. So your best option would be really at some stage to get a scholarship, really. That would be my view. You may be able to then do your PhD part-time, yeah? Okay, just something to bear in mind.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Haluk. Who else? I got one hand. Come on. Mark?
Adila?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, all. My name is Attila Atasoy. Greeting to all of you. I have a question. I have a special situation. I graduated from University of Istanbul on 2001, and I live in the UK. And I did the Master of Science in University of Bristol. I've just noticed one of the points saying that ability to obtain membership of the Royal College Vet Surgeons, and we can help you on that. could you expand a bit, please? How would I get, or how would you help? What can I do, and what you can do on that point?
Okay. Yeah, obviously the problem is, I guess, that when you graduated in Istanbul in 2001, the EAVE was not running at that moment. So that is the difficulty from the Royal College. I mean, I believe the Istanbul was 2007 or something like that when the EAVE did the accreditation. So, being honest, it's very little. How can we help you on this? As you know, the other option you can take is take the RCVS exam. And RCVS exam is quite hard and complicated, and that's something that you can do by yourself, preparing it. But there is another option that we've been trying to use it with the Food Standard Agency, and it's called temporary registration. I don't know if you've been you enter the Royal College website. There is an option called temporary and partial registration, where you can be working temporarily under the supervision of a member of the Royal College, performing specific duties during 5 years, and during that time that you can prepare yourself for your exam. Okay, so that will be the only way, but we have not got any answer from a Food Standard Agency that they will accept people temporary registration with the Royal College. So what I suggest is you pass us your details, and once we got an answer from the FSA, then hopefully will be soon, we will let you know, because that could be a way for you to be at least temporarily registered, but in fact it's exactly the same as any other RCVS, MRCVS, sorry, but the only thing is you need to be supervised by a vet that is a member of the college. Does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you for clarification. Could I ask another question, please?
Sure.
Yes.
What would be my option if I want? What would be the job opportunity for me? What area I could work for the Elisa?
You can work inspector. You can work as a meat inspector with us. That's no problem. Work as a meat inspector is possible. While you're even waiting for this possibility, or if you ever think or you ever thought to take the RCVS exam, we can offer you a job as a meat inspector. So this is possible. So, and depends where you live, and we might even have a position close to you. So please apply to us to work as a meat inspector while you are waiting for that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Where do you live in UK? Just to get an idea.
I live in Somerset.
Sorry?
I live in Somerset.
Wow.
Somerset, close
We've
to
got plenty of jobs.
Taunton. Yes.
Yeah, we got plenty of jobs as a meat inspector in Somerset, in Taunton. Yeovil, we got a massive, big lamb and sheep plant down there. So if you're interested to work as a meat inspector, and also with your vet degree, you will be qualified as a meat inspector. You just need to do your practical training. I suppose if you are in the UK, you might not even need the visa. I guess, and you got some rights now there, so your case is very quickly. So yes, by all means, we will have a job for you as a meat inspector.
Okay.
Please get in touch with us after this meeting, and we can do an interview, and we can explain you everything.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. I'm student of Istanbul University, but I have one more year to graduate. So I wonder, will you be hiring official veterinarians from Turkey in the next year?
Yes, that's a good question, actually. This is important to explain this. we got position all the time. This is not like we are now recruiting and we will stop recruiting in 1 or 2 months. No, continuously we have positions here, because together with the meat hygiene inspector positions and official veterinarians, we also have position doing sport.
Okay, thank you.
As you can imagine, in the past, sending any products of our origin that in the past, before the 1st of January, we were sending to Europe and there was no paperwork needed. Now all of them needs a health certificate. So basically, will be positions for us, for you guys, all the time, because we will have some people starting as a meat inspector, then moving to official veterinarian, and then moving into export of it. So yes, when you finish, contact us, because for sure we will have positions for you. We can even start the process even earlier, just 1 or 2 months before your graduation. We can take the interview. You can start taking the English exam to speed up the process. So basically, once you finish, in 3 weeks, we can have you here with a visa. So by all means, yes, we will be recruiting all the time. Okay?
Thank you very much.
No problem. You can see Andak. I don't know if that hand was raised for. If you finish your question, yes, go ahead, please.
It's more than a question. It's like a contribution I'd like to make. So we have been across with the new regulations since the beginning of the new year about the dates of EAEV approval dates for different veterinary colleges from Turkey. So as you could imagine, in the first time we came across with it, I would imagine that, there will be many colleges falling out of the date intervals. I mean, the veterinary qualification or essay diplomas falling apart from that accreditation, including dates. So, as in my case, graduated from before 2016 for Istanbul University graduates among them. I think for friends that are in my case, I would like to just open a small information page that statutory examination is an option for us when they log into RCVS website for non-EU veterinary graduates and the ones falling apart from that EAEV accreditation scheme of the universities within that list. So they can sit for an exam, a practical and a practical 2-day exam, and then a 4-day theoretical exam, like 2 days, 2 hours for 4 days. So in total, it's 350 questions, and it costs 2.5 grand in pounds, I mean. So they can consider this option as I am doing. I just wanted to contribute that. Thank you for your nice presentation. Thanks a lot. Thank you lots.
Thank you. And thanks for reporting that, and because it's true. Yes, yes, it's something else, and you can take. It's approximately between 12 people per year that pass these exams, and you can take it. But I think it's fair to say that is the price, the preparation, and the time is very hard. The exam is quite difficult, but by all means, you can take it. I mean, another way for you to do it is you can maybe start working with us as an inspector, and meanwhile, you can prepare yourself for that exam. We will try to help you in some way, but at the end of the day, is for you preparation of this exam is revising and studying hard. But if you are already in the country and you are earning some income as a meat inspector, you can support yourself to pay the fees and to prepare the exam. So yes, by all means, this is another option. But as I say, I think approximately only 15 to 20%. I don't know if that was a few years ago, but maybe has changed past the exam. And in the last year, only 12 people managed pass per year. That doesn't mean that it's impossible, but it's hard. But definitely it is an option, and thanks for that. What I was saying before, if those of you that ask the hands, yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, thank you for presentation. I want to ask about should I get my level 7 English qualification before the application for job, or I don't get the whole process because of I'm working right now. Yes, I want to ask that.
I mean, obviously, if you have your English 7 already, fantastic. But we can do the interview before if you want. I mean, I need to be honest. If you got your English 7 already, I think it's a 95% option that you are going to work with us, because this is the most difficult thing. We want vets with a right English level. We'll train you later on here. So obviously, we need to interview you to make sure that you are the right candidate. But it's up to you. You can do the interview with us before if you want, and go for the English test. Or if you feel confident and you think that you can get your level 7, get the level 7 and come back to us and do the interview. I will leave it up to you. And remember that if you get your English 7 and you get a 6 or whatever, you still can work with us as a meat inspector if you want to work as a meat inspector. You want to add something, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I would, yes, please feel free to apply, because we can also provide you a guidance how to prepare for the exam. We can enroll for the course. So I wouldn't wait until you pass the exam. Feel free to contact us, even if you don't have the certificate, and we will try to support you as well. Now, because of COVID, we've noticed that there is not many exam dates you can book the exam for. So sooner we start the recruitment process and we know how, if we can help somehow, we will. So I wouldn't wait, to be honest.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Take care.
Thank you.
You too.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You. This is Zeynep. I want to ask contract. Do you make contract with us? How long is the contract period? And question, why is age problem for meat inspector? I am 43 years old and I want to work in UK. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, obviously you need to have a contract, and otherwise you will not be able to get the visa. So contract, we will give you the contract even before. When we have the application for the visa, you need to include the contract. Age restriction. Okay, for meat inspector, unfortunately, what happened is that there is up to 26 years old, there is a kind of visa with a minimum payment of the salary. If it goes over 26, the payment for the salary is higher than the payment we make for meat inspectors. Okay, so unfortunately we cannot afford to pay more for meat inspectors, and for the visa requirements, anywhere over 27 has to be paid more money. So that is the reason of limiting the age to 26. Because the minimum salary we have to pay, it will be higher than the one we pay for meat inspectors, and we will not able to afford to pay that salary. That is the reason. If you are a veterinarian, because higher is much salary is higher, is 28, 30,000, 32 after 2-3 years. There is no problem on the age limit. Sorry about that.
However,
sorry, Elisa, go ahead.
This might changes because there is a lot of things happening in the UK at the moment about regarding the meat hygiene inspectors being recognized as a shortage of occupation. So if this changes and if meat hygiene inspectors are recognized as a shortage of occupation, then the age limit will no longer apply. So I would still encourage you to apply to us. We would keep your CV on our database, and when things change, we could go back to you in the future, because
Okay,
we
thank
think
you.
there will be, yes, there will be changes this year because there is shortage of meat hygiene inspectors in the country. So this is a matter of time, I would say.
So I can apply official vet position.
Yes, yes. You can still apply to us as official veterinarian for official veterinarian vet. We can help you and to get the level 7 of IELTS, and yes, and help you to get there. Maybe if your level is not on the level 7, we can still keep you on our database. And if things change regarding meat hygiene inspectors, we will keep you informed. So there are options, maybe not straight away, but there are options. Yes.
Thank you, Eliza.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
First of all, I would like to thank to Professor Haluk because he somehow managed to carry out your message, your postures and etc. to us as a veterinary student. I'm really appreciate to him. And my question is about a friend of mine. Actually, he's working in a food hygiene laboratory right now. That's why he cannot ask this question, but he can listen us, which is ironic. And he says that he entered Ankara University in 2012 and graduated in June 2017. The university had the approval at the time he entered it, but the year he graduated, this approval was suspended temporarily and the school received the approval again a year later. So is his diploma right for you? That's what he says. It's a tough question, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's what the Royal College is saying, that is depending on the date than your diploma graduation. What I will suggest, even if there is outside that date, I will encourage anyone to write directly to the Royal College and ask question directly, the same as the question we had before from that other vet, and it was not clear when he was graduating or not. I don't think there's anything to lose if you write to them and they ask. They normally answer you quite quickly. So tell your friend to ask them directly to the RCVS. It's very easy to find the email address for them. As I say, just type Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. You see the website, enter then registration, and you will have an email. And you can even call them, I believe, as well.
If there is no answer from Royal College, please contact us and we will try to contact them as well. We do talk to them quite regularly. So if by any chance they do not answer, but as Juan said, they will come back. But if not, we can help to ask the question for you as well.
Okay, thank you so much. My second question is from me, actually. It's about the weights policy of your company. I think it's fair enough to also understandable that you are offering a minimum range of veterinarians. For the veterinarians, for the fresh people, it's so understandable, but I would like to ask a question, a specific question maybe. What's the long-time waits policy of your company? For example, what's going to happen to my salary if I work more than 5 years or 10 years? Is this going to be still the same, or you have anything else like promotions or changing your job descriptions like that?
Oh yeah, that's a good question actually. I mean, you will have in the first 3 or 4 years constant reviews of the salary. I haven't got the table with me, but we will send it to you on the information pack for candidates, and you will have a year increase on your salary as an official veterinarian, and there will be also some performance increases. And at the same time, there will be other options. As just mentioned before, the possibility of doing export certification. So that's something that after a couple of years experience as an official veterinarian, or even earlier, you might have the option of working as an export vet, where the salary will be higher. The export vet is around 33 to 35,000 pounds a year. And also inside the company, there are different positions. As a manager for meat inspector, manager for official veterinarians, managers for export position. So I guess, and after 4 or 5 years of experience, you can easily apply for those managerial positions in the company where the salaries are much better. I mean, average salaries for managers in the company is around 40 to 45,000 pounds per year. Okay, so definitely there are opportunities for promotion and opportunities for increasing the salary. You have to bear in mind that 95% of our vets are from outside the UK. This is mainly because British vets, the education that they have in public health in the universities is not as big as extended and as other universities in Europe and other part of the world. So they are not showing much more interest in public health. And also we are limited to slaughterhouses here to do official controls. For instance, in Spain, if you go to meat market, fish market, food premises, all those things, they are inspected by veterinarians. In this country, they are inspected by environmental health officers. There are no veterinarians. So the positions for vets in public health are only limited to slaughterhouses and cutting plants. So basically, what I'm trying to say that together with the lack of veterinarians in British vets in this country, the lack of education in public health, and the lack of in some way opportunities, there are not many British vets. Therefore, majority of us are foreigners. So that means that there are rotational staff. Some people want to come back to the country after 5, 6 years or 2, 3 years. So that will give you opportunities all the time for promotion, for changing the job, and for doing something different. So yes, very much. There are a lot of opportunity for growing professionally and in the salary point of view as well.
Yes, maybe just to add as well that Eville Jones is growing, and the company is trying to build and enter maybe different sectors. Like we have now the export and imports division, and there are other plans to create also like training and consultancy division. So there will be different opportunities. And in general, generally within the UK, the salaries of vets are on the if anything, they will be increasing because of the demand and shortage of vets. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer and the presentation.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I have some questions about whole running processes. Are working hours similar with working as a veterinarian in this company, and how can I apply or send my CV to you? So which email addresses or sites can I send my certificate and other required papers as well?
Yes, so to
Sarah,
apply,
can you, just one second, can you go back to the previous slide, Sarah?
I just skipped that slide, sorry.
oh
Can I
yes,
Yeah,
here.
keep that one there. So that is the email address and that is the web page.
Yes, to apply, yes. And you did also ask about the timetable at the slaughterhouses, yes? Okay, so basically just to mention that usually the slaughterhouses would start to work early in the morning and different times, but I need to say that the good thing about it is that you start early and you finish quite early as well, and it's a regular timetable. So official veterinarian jobs gives you this good life and working balance, much better than a life and working balance of vets working in different sectors, for example. So we've got much more interest now from candidates who are looking for a better life and work balance, because it's regular hours. There is no phone calls after hours or not need to be available after hours. So if you start early, do your hours, and then you can switch off, let's say. Not each positions give that privilege. So yes, but usually early start and approximately in average 8 hours per day. Depends. It might be a little bit longer, but depends. And most of the time as well, most of the slaughterhouses work Monday to Friday. There are some working during the weekends, but most of them work Monday to Friday.
And thank you so much for your answers. And I have two more. Is there a deadline for sending these papers as well? And how many employees will you hire for this job, as a veterinarian job?
So no, there is no deadline. Juan mentioned before that we are recruiting, our recruitment is ongoing. So we would recruit every month. And in terms of vacancies, I am not, we are now focusing on recruiting for April OV course, and we need at least 20 veterinarians for that course. But the recruitment is ongoing because also it takes time, and average time to hire is 2-3 months due to the notice periods, gathering the documents, and getting the English certificates and visa. So it's 2-3 months anyway before we start to talk to candidate and the person can join us here in the UK.
Okay, thank you so much.
The most difficult part is the English exam to get a 7. That is the difficulty. The rest, and even if there is an OV course in April, if we got, I don't know, 10 people done with the English 7, we will request another OV course and they can have it for us whenever we want. So difficulty is to get your level 7. The rest will do, I mean, quick. We need to wait for the visa, but they say that they take 3 weeks. But as I say, once you have your English level, you can even do the OV course in Turkey. That's no problem. You don't even need to be registered with the Royal College to do the OV course. You just need to show us that you got an English level 7, and we will register you in the OV course even when you're in Turkey. And if we have suddenly 10 people, for instance, at the moment they are doing an OV course in Bristol. I mean in Bristol, online. They are doing during this week. But if we call in 3 weeks' time and we say we got 10 people, they will do another one for us. Okay? So the level 7 is the key here.
Okay, thank you so much.
However, if someone wants to start earlier, there is an option to start as meat hygiene inspector, and in the meantime to prepare for level 7 if someone wants to start earlier.
But even the meat hygiene inspector, they need to have a level 4 of English, so you have to take the English exams anyway. So the English exam needed to come here. And remember that the exam, you don't go and aim for 4 or aim for 7. You have one exam for everything. So you do your best, and depends what you get, is your option there. So if you are convinced that you want to come here either to work as a meat inspector or as an official veterinarian, if you are convinced, go and take the English exam. As I say, prepare yourself before. We can help you to prepare it, but go and take it. And if you got a 6.7, you might be disappointed because you were so close, but you can come here, start working as a meat inspector, work a bit more in your English because, as I say, 6.7 will be very close to the 7. And when you feel ready, take again your English exam for 7, and we can swap your visa from a meat inspector to official veterinarian, and you can start working as an official veterinarian, okay? Just going through to see if anyone else has. There's this one here.
Is a last question from me.
Yes.
This is going to
Go
be
ahead, as many
kind of odd question because it's really easy to access this kind of information in the web, but I think it's really important to ask this to the people who lives in UK. Can you give me some kind of examples for living costs?
Oh, that's a very good and important question. And in fact, on information pack that we will send to you, we have information on how much does it cost to rent a house, a room, a 3-bedroom house, how much does it cost the normal shopping, how much does it cost everything. So we have a lot of information. But for instance, if you start as a meat inspector, what most of the people do, and as I said, they will be young people, they will probably rent a room in a share house. And that depends on the area. That could go between £350 to £450. That's sometimes including or not including bills. Okay, so that's the most expensive for you will be the accommodation. Okay, this is the key one, and that will depend very much south, north, or depends if you want to be in city center, you want to be in the countryside. Those things vary, but as I say, we will send you that information. But let's get between 350 and 500 pounds. If you want to get an apartment or a house, that normally is between 500 and 700. That's excluding bills. Okay, and then shop obviously will be much more expensive than Turkey, but that's difficult. It's easier when you compare to the EU prices. Normally, what we say that whatever costs a euro in Europe costs a pound here, so that's the equivalent. But as I say, I think we will send you this information pack, and you will get it. You can have between 600 and 800 pounds expenses per month minimum regarding food and accommodation minimum, and then that varies. But we will send you. We also have a link that is called the cost of living in UK, and that you log into that, and they give you a lot of information on that.
Okay, thanks so much. Fair enough.
Can I just say something? Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say some of the candidates or the interested parties, they've sent me some emails and asking various questions. Just to say, if you have further questions, which may be a bit different from those that you've raised, by all means, you can contact me again, and I'll see if I can help and guide you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also You might have a question that you don't want to share with the rest of people, so please feel free to write to Haluk or write to Oral. You the recruitment email, email address there. Yes, the recruitment by. You can ask the question there. You can ask directly to Haluk or Elisa or myself. So please feel free. We got some hands up. I don't know if they're old or they are new. So basically, if you already asked your question and you got your hands up, just put it down so we know. Because I got Saynet Mutlu. I don't know if it's an old one or a new one. Okay.
I think that
So
we don't
wait
have
for a couple more.
any
Sorry.
question.
Let's wait for 2 more minutes. And if there are no questions, we will, as I say, we have recorded this this meeting. So we will send it to you as well. So you can access it whenever you want. And the information pack that I've been mentioning, it will be to you in the next couple of days. We need to update it and then we can take from there. Let's do the final check. I got another hub here, Melis. I don't know if it's an old one.
SafeNet? No?
I've just
And some of you has got a question mark, so I don't know if that means a question as well. If we are not unmuting you to ask question, please write in the chat. Because some of you, I don't know, if you want to ask question. As I say, some of you have got a question mark symbol.
I think that one question is Eville Jones. I'm a vet student in Ankara Uni Faculty of Veterinary English program. I'm currently in my last internship year. I want to work with you, but also I want to do a PhD in pathology. Is it possible to do both at the same time, or I have to choose one?
I think that was
yes.
That question was already done. We answered one.
And that's all.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Okay. So, as I said, please feel free to write to us and ask us questions as you need. We need a lot of vets. There's no limit to the number of people I would take. We got a lot of positions, and we need to be frank. This English level is making very difficult to the people for apply. As before, we used to have quite a lot of people from the European Union. Now they find it difficult to reach the level 7. So there are not many applicants as there used to be in the past. The visa process is not an impediment. The only thing it takes a bit longer, but it's the English, the 7. But remember that you can get the 4 and start working with us as a meat inspector. So if you got in mind to come here and develop yourself in the specialization of public health as a veterinarian, this is the country. You will have plenty of opportunities and they will have plenty of jobs for you waiting. You just need to get the right level of English. The visa lasts 3 years, but as soon as you finish those 3 years, we can get you another visa. And eventually you can get a permanent permit here to live in the UK. So that's not complicated. As soon as you got a job, you can spend your career life here. So it is a big opportunity. It's a good opportunity. Please work on your English and apply to us. We will have a job for you for sure. Okay.
Juan,
hello. You want to... Yes, sorry.
It's in which city are we gonna work if we apply to your company?
Okay, that's a good question. We've got positions all over the country, all over England and Wales, and even in Northern Ireland. So it will depend. I mean, in the south, in Somerset, we've got quite a lot. Cornwall, Devon, even outside London, we have some positions. But Norfolk, we've got all over the place. Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, where we live here. In Wales, especially in the south of Wales, around Cardiff, that area, we've got quite a lot of positions. North of Wales, South Manchester, all over the place. It will depend when you come, where are the positions available. If you request a specific position and we have a position for you in that place and you are asking, obviously we will give it to you. That's no problem. But not, you will have to take whatever position is available. Maybe in the future, after a few months, you might swap if there's a position available wherever you wanted originally. But all over the place, we've got positions everywhere. Okay.
I think that one more question. No, all questions. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if Lisa or Haluk wants to add anything else.
Haluk, anything?
Well, as I said earlier, if you have any further questions, like those that Juan mentioned, that you may not want to ask these questions, you know, in front of everybody, you can just send me an email. By all means, you know, don't hesitate to ask me questions, yeah, about anything. Okay.
Okay. I just see this question here. Do you accept TOEFL? I think that is another English exam. They don't. It's not accept or no. It's a Royal College. What do they accept? And unfortunately, I don't know which one is that, but no, it has to be IELTS or occupational health exam. But as I say, we will send you the information pack, which ones. And it has to be in a specific center. You cannot take it in your local English academy in your city. It has to be a specific one on those cities that we send it to you, but we will tell you exactly which ones are they. I am 27 years, have IELTS, I have a 6, can still apply because I can work as a inspector. Oh, yeah, we already answered about this one. That unfortunately at the moment, no, but that might change, okay? Okay, so I think we can finish, and we just, so no, all this question has already been answered. So yes, okay, Elisa, you want to finish?
Yes, just to add, please, because each case is individual, and maybe just do not hesitate to contact us. We will look into each case individually and see what is the best option and possibility. So please contact us on that email address, and we take from there. And even if we cannot help now, we can keep your details on our database. If when and if things change, we can then contact you as well. So we really look forward to start to work with all of you, and I really hope for very good cooperation. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Thank you, Haluk and Juan, and yes, thank you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.